And we are live. Welcome to another episode of AB Traffic Quick Talk. And today we're going to be talking about champions who took over the pros, the Olympics, where champions are made, but legends, they are built in the pros. Some fighters win Olympic gold and vanish, struggling to adapt to the brutal professional ranks, but others, they take that gold medal, turn it into world titles, and cement their place among the sport's greatest. Today we dive into the careers of 3 gold medalists who became legends in the pros: Claressa Shields, AndreWard, and Pernell Whitaker. At just 17 years old, Claressa Shields arrived at the 2012 London Olympics as an unknown. But once the first bell rang, she made one thing clear: nobody was stopping her. She stormed through the tournament, overpowering her opponents and winning Olympic gold for the U.S. in women's boxing's debut year. 4 years later, in Rio 2016, she did it again, becoming the first American boxer in history, male or female, to win back-to-back Olympic gold medals. But the amateur game was just the beginning. When she turned professional, she didn't just win, she took over. In just her 4th fight, Shields became a world champion. And she didn't stop there. She climbed the ranks, winning titles across 3 weight divisions, making history as the fastest boxer, male or female, to become undisputed in 2 weight classes. The world called it a 50-50 fight. Shields made it look like a sparring session. She dominated Hammer over 10 rounds, cementing herself as the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. And her toughest test, the undefeated Savannah Marshall, the only woman to ever beat her in the amateurs. But when they met in the pros, Shields showed exactly why she's the greatest woman in boxing, outboxing, outclassing, and outworking Marshall to settle the score. From Olympic dominance to professional greatness, Shields took her gold medals and turned them into boxing history. In 2004, AndreWard stepped onto the Olympic stage in Athens, Greece, and put the world on notice. Fighting in the lightweight division, he boxed his way to gold, becoming the only American to win an Olympic boxing gold medal that year. But turning pro wasn't enough for Ward. He wanted to prove himself against the best, and in 2009, he entered the Super 6 tournament, a competition filled with the world's top 168-pound fighters. His first opponent, the undefeated Mikkel Kessler, a 2-time world champion. Most saw Ward as the underdog, but in the ring, he looked like the veteran, dominating Kessler to win his first world title. Then came Arthur Abraham, Carl Froch, and every other top super middleweight of his era. Ward beat them all, becoming the undisputed king at 168 pounds. But his biggest test came when he moved up to light heavyweight to face the undefeated Russian powerhouse Sergey Kovalev. After getting knocked down in the 2nd round, Ward showed his heart, adjusting, outboxing Kovalev, and winning a razor-close decision. But the rematch? No controversy. Ward broke Kovalev down, forcing a stoppage and solidifying himself as a 2-division world champion. Ward retired undefeated, 32-0, a 2-weight world champion, and one of the best technical boxers of his era. His gold medal was just the beginning. His legacy is forever. The 1984 Olympics was a special one for U.S. boxing. A dream team of future legends including Evander Holyfield, Medrick Taylor, and Mark Breland. But the man who stood out the most, Pernell "Sweet P" Whitaker. He didn't just win gold, he put on a defensive masterclass, making his opponents miss while landing pinpoint counters. Whitaker's style was different. He wasn't the hardest puncher, but he was impossible to hit. His head movement, footwork, and ring IQ made him one of the most elusive fighters in boxing history. He became the undisputed lightweight champion, clearing out the division and dominating world-class fighters like Greg Haugen and Jose Luis Ramirez. Then came Julio César Chávez, an undefeated Mexican legend with 90 wins, no losses, and one of the most feared body attacks in boxing. Many thought Whitaker would be overwhelmed. Instead, he embarrassed Chávez, dodging punches, landing counters, and making one of the greatest fighters ever look ordinary. But that fight exposed the truth. Whitaker was the better fighter. He went on to win titles in 4 weight classes, defeating legends like Azuma Nelson and Buddy McGirt, proving that his Olympic gold was just the start of his historic career. Winning Olympic gold is an achievement that only a few could claim, but turning that gold into professional greatness, that's another story. But that's all I got for you. Don't forget to drop a like, a subscribe, a comment, a share. Do all that good stuff for me. Until next time.